Greetings and a hearty welcome, everyone. I hope you're all faring well. I'm Dr. Jean Marie, and I'm delighted for you to join me today. Our episode will focus on love is a pathway to flourish. When we flourish in love, we master our lives. A quote by Rumi: your task is not merely to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. What does living in love really look like? What does a life that is lived in love feel like? Living in love is empowering and refreshing. Love is our greatest and most valuable gift to others and ourselves. It can heal, unite, and touch everything that it encounters, whether it's instantly, subtle, or gradually. It can be a memorable moment, such as an act of loving kindness, a word, or a smile that changes a life. Life is all about love, and love is an inner joy. To flourish in love, we must nurture and care for ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We have to give from full cups of self love. And the more we love ourselves, the more we have the capacity to love others. Cultivating love in our lives come from the integration of this innate and natural love, which is the sheer essence of our existence. It is fulfilling and ultimately natural, with no thought or judgment. An opening to renew our views enables us to gain more insight and understanding. And this results in experiencing love in a different way with more positive and sustainable outcomes. Therefore, to flourish in love is to live in love, and it is the full expression of who we really are. It has depth and meaning so that we can become our best selves, live in freedom, and grow in healthy ways with elegance and grace to our full size. And it gives us life and vitality. Our soul's inner evolutionary journey strives to unite us with the divine essence of our true natures as spiritual beings that radiate love. And we seek this divine connection through expressions in our relationships. But the most significant one, which is often overlooked, is the relationship with oneself. And self love is the cornerstone for self empowerment and ultimately living in the spirit of love. And giving from an empty basket is a fruitless effort, leaving one drained and unfulfilled. We manifest more of the same with our reflection and relationships, which may result in debilitating physical and emotional illness. Thus, the quest for love is a spiritual endeavor with the challenge and innate desire to come home. And self love is your personal responsibility. You are deserving of your own love, and you should regard yourself as the most important person. To value and honor ourselves is our expression of appreciating life. Imagine yourself in a mine searching for diamonds. You spend a great deal of time moving dirt and debris until you finally see something sparkling. It's radiating from once hidden jewels. And this is similar to what happens to us. The true self, as our core, is buried. It's always there, but we must clear the layers away to resurrect ourselves. Love is there for the mining, and it's up to us to unlock the hidden treasure of our souls. Love is a potent spiritual jewel. And our spiritual journey is about mining, uniting our true selves, unlocking and unblocking the resistance so that we can become the best we can be, a good steward to ourselves and to others, and a demonstration of the highest expression of love. We all experience the life challenges of loss and change, death, divorce, loss of job, finances, geographical moves, etc. But as a result of these challenges, we may find ourselves nursing old wounds and traumas, brooding and immersed in a flood of negative emotions, resentment, guilt, shame, blame, and unforgivingness. And we become hardened and bound by shame, blame, and unforgivingness. We become hardened and bound by stress, and we damage ourselves. But we must realize that we are creators and we have the power to and must be aware of our thoughts and feelings. And if we want to change our courses, these challenges can work in our favor and we can realize the value of each experience and reshape our lives. Our reliance on external sources proves futile, which takes us deeper inside ourselves, where the ego is laid to rest. And these challenges are roads, and all roads, whether rugged or straight, lead home to the core of divine love. And it must be acknowledged that not only during life challenges, but also at the height of perceived successes, one may suffer from feelings of emptiness and aloneness. But through our connection with our inner power, hidden gifts and talents can be revealed, spontaneous healings can occur, and a plethora of resources may become available. And intuitive messages and mystical experiences can lift us out of the darkness into the light. And to live in love is to flourish, and it is the ultimate service to others and ourselves. When we are compassionate, considerate, and cultivate loving qualities, we become beautiful people to be around. And whether we are the recipient or receiver of support, we must take care of ourselves. And in order to take care of ourselves, we must live in the spirit of love, which naturally radiates to others. In my article that was previously published in Savannah East, Why Loving and Caring for Ourselves is Loving and Caring for Others, I highlight be healthy. Devote your attention to improving and developing yourself and maintaining your well being. Be peaceful. When we are at peace and in harmony with ourselves, we can have better relationships with others. Be generous, giving our time, attention, and resources without depleting ourselves and keeping that healthy balance. Be grateful for the challenges. These life changing, transformative experiences are points for growth and renewal. And the more we separate from our true selves, the more our shadow selves emerge from the hidden dark side. And after many blows, we become fractured and wounded. Some relationships become transactional and conditional based on our adherence to the established rules for measuring up. And even though there are positive aspects, fear and separation are often reinforced. And amidst life challenges of loss and change, perhaps due to death, divorce, loss of finances, geographic moves, we rely on these external structures to help us overcome, but we do so to our chagrin. And we lose ourselves and our creativity and become robotic in our everyday lives so that we can just survive. We find temporary and intermittent solace and pleasure in our superficial connections, but at our cores, there is a lack of fulfillment, and we suffer in quiet desperation. And eventually it takes its toll. We feel lost and find ourselves in the midst of an existential crisis, moving away from the center of divine love. We search for love externally, which seems endless. And we may adopt a victim mentality. Our beliefs are faulty, and it can become overwhelming. And as a result of our desperation, we may feel hopeless and broken. And the final blow that lays us down causes us to search for solutions. I was given 5 keys to overcome that I call the spirit of recovery that was given to me in a dream during which I was going through a very challenging time. The keys to overcoming include 5 components: surrender, humility, compassion, resilience, and gratitude. And necessary inner work is required if we want to gain inner strength, confidence, and security. The first key, let's talk about surrender. It's necessary to surrender when we feel powerless, fragile, and broken. We cease to resist and we accept and finally let go. Humility. Having a spirit of humility keeps us aware of our human limitations. And when we move away from self obsession and the ultimate focus on ourselves and make space for healing, we begin this process of spiritual renewal. The death of the ego is necessary because over time, false values, beliefs, and attachments imbue feelings of self worth and self importance based upon desires that are magnified in our culture. The next key, compassion, to avoid self condemnation. We must learn to forgive and be gentle with ourselves. And forgiveness of others and ourselves is essential to the healing process. And it opens us up to empathy, which makes forgiveness possible. A compassionate spirit enables us to confront unresolved losses, which compound current losses, to promote healing, express your feelings, and move forward. The next component, resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover, endure, build tolerance, bounce back from life difficulties. It's adopting flexibility and hardiness in our lives as we commit to learning the lessons well. And gratitude. Adopt a spirit of gratitude for each moment. There's always something to be grateful for. So, escape and break free from old patterns and beliefs that keep you stuck. Being able to triumph in joy is the hallmark of transformation, where we mindfully embody love. And our responsibility is to create the life that we desire with open hearts. And this is the gateway to divine love. And the most intimate relationship we must develop is with our true selves. Buddha quotes, in the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. The love and action practice is to journal on the 5 keys of overcoming: surrender, humility, compassion, resilience, and gratitude. Apply these to a problem or challenge and see if it makes a difference. The litmus test is how it makes you feel. That is self-sustaining. And feel free to email me, Jean72Farish at yahoo.com, with your insights. This is Dr. Jean Marie, and remember, it's all about love. And an empowered self is a loving self. And keep your love light shining. Thank you so much for tuning in.